So with the recent patch where 2K pretty much took speed boosting out of the game, it reminded me of a patch they did a couple years ago on 2K20. They did this at a similar time back then where they took out the crazy fast behind the back, which most, playmaking shot creators, most guards spammed, just like they spammed the speed boost this year. And just like after that patch, two-way slashing playmakers became the best build in NBA 2K20. Everybody had a two-way playmaker. You were going against one every game. It was just everybody knew it was the best overall guard build in the game. And I think the exact same thing happened this year. I think the recent patch made it so the two-way playmaker build is just without question the best guard build. So in this video, we'll be comparing the two-way slashing playmaker from NBA 2K20 to the two-way playmaker on NBA 2K22. So first, we'll start off on the attributes. This is what my attributes look like right now. You have to remember that every single one of these attributes on this player, you have to add 4 when accounting to comparing this to my player on 2K20. And let me show you that right now. So these are my attributes, and you guys are gonna see so many of these attributes are very, very similar. All my physicals except for my strength are 99 on this build, and I'm pretty sure that all the physicals on my build on 2K22 are also 99, all 4 of those. Maybe the vertical's like a 97. But you guys are going to see every single one of these attributes is basically identical. Just take a look. So if you guys remember those stats, all these are identical. All my physicals are 99. Those will go up. I'm only a 91 overall. Trust me, all those will be 99 except for strength. The biggest nerf is driving dunk. You have a higher close shot on this build. You have the same shooting. You have the same exact ball handling, the same defense. All that's the same. The only difference is a driving dunk. On 2K20, you had a 91. This year, you have an 84, but honestly, it doesn't matter because with an 84 driving dunk, that's perfect because that's just enough to get the contact dunks. So that means that basically the one stat, the one big thing that they tried nerfing doesn't even matter because they lowered what you needed to get contact dunks. But now let's compare the 2K20 badges compared to the 2K22 badges. So the 2K20 badges you see is 11, 10, 20, 20. And on 2K22, you get 8, 10, 20, 19. So yeah, they did nerf the badges a little bit, but you'll see why it honestly doesn't matter when we take a look at the badges we use. Now, these are the finishing badges that everybody used on 2K20. You see the badges are different than what you use now on 2K22. And I only have 3 unlocked right now, but the rest will be going on Posterizer and probably Slithery Finisher. These are the basic shooting badges that all two-way slashing playmakers used back on NBA 2K20. You see the shooting badges changed from 2K20 to this year. A couple key things is obviously sniper is a must-have on this build, and also no quick draw. So it's kind of like an additional 3 shooting badges you get, which technically means you get more shooting badges on this build since you don't have to waste the shooting badges on quick draw. And playmaking badges were a lot different. You see the ones that I had on 2K20 way different than the ones on 2K22. And on 2K22, it's kind of the same. 2 key differences is quick chain and hyperdrive. You need to use these 2 badges now, so you can't have floor general and you can't have dimer because you need to use those 2. And for defensive, this is probably the thing that stayed the same. And I know I don't have them all unlocked on 2K22 yet, but I'm telling you, it will be relatively the same. The only difference would be Menace. Menace is literally the only difference that's going to be between these 2 builds. So yeah, I was as surprised as you guys probably are to see how similar they are. They are basically identical builds. I'm going to show you guys one gameplay on my two-way from this year, one gameplay on my two-way from 2K20 to compare the 2. And then just show you guys some more gameplay this year to show you guys how I'm doing now that I got my player up a little bit more. But I want to do more videos like this, comparing the offensive threat from 2K20 to the slashing playmaker from this year, stuff like that. So if you guys want more of this, or you just enjoy the video, or want to help me out, don't hesitate to drop that like button or subscribe. Like I just said, both help me out a ton. But let's get into some gameplay. Okay, so if those attributes and badge comparisons didn't convince you that these 2 builds are super identical, well, they are identical because the attributes, they use the same pie chart. But the reason I'm making this is, well, like I just said, I feel like they're about to dominate 2K22, but it's the playstyle is literally the exact same. 2 years later, and we have the same build and the same playstyle dominating 2K. You guys are going to see it's very simple. If they leave you open like this guy is right here, you're going to make them pay, because you can't leave this build open because you have a high enough 3 to actually be able to shoot consistently. It's going to be a 68, I believe, on this build. Yeah, 99. So it's not like they can leave you open, and then if they guard you too close, you guys are going to see what happens in these gameplays. Like right here, it guards me too close. I don't get a dunk, but they give me a really good layup. And the only difference between my build and the build in 2K20, you see me just still doing the same thing, shooting consistently, shooting with confidence, which is what you need to do on this build, is that I'm 6'4". On 2K22, I'm 6'4". On 2K20, I'm 6'5". That's the only difference. But there's a few differences in the games. You guys are going to see a few comparisons. Is the hopback in 2K20, and you guys are going to see the gameplay I show. A lot of hopbacks. It was really strong on that build, and it was even stronger in that game than it is on 2K22. But there's a few things you don't have. You don't have the hop steps like you had in 2K20, which is really strong. But in 2K20, what makes up for it this year is the dunks. The dunks you get on 2K22, like you see right there, are way faster and way harder to block. On 2K20, you could get more chase down blocks on 2 ways. This year, it's way harder because for some reason, they just made dunking super fast. So if you have all the right dunking animations on, you're never really going to get blocked, and you're always just going to cook your defender, get by them if they leave you open, and then get a crazy dunk that can't be blocked. But that was the 2K20 gameplay. Now, you guys probably haven't seen this for a couple years, but here's 2K20, or that was 2K22 gameplay. Here's 2K20 gameplay. You see similarities you're already seeing, spamming the hopback. Now, I didn't realize it until I actually went back and got this gameplay for this video. I didn't play it, but this, like, I went and got old gameplay. But 2K20 was a slow game. You guys are going to see, like, look at these moves are so slow. They're actually the same speed as we are in 2K22. That really made me think that, I guess 2K21 with the speed boost glitch and then the speed boost early this year, it spoiled us into thinking that we needed it to score. Now you guys see in 2K20, you did not have any type of speed boost, but you still had that hopback. Now, I know you guys know what I'm talking about when I say this build ran 2K20. Now, there were other builds that you could use, right? Like, you could use the offensive threat. You could use the playmaking shot creator. You could use a two-way three-point facilitator. It's not like this was the only build you could use. It was the best build, Demigod. But I do think it was the best all-around build. Just like the build on 2K22, with this build, you could shoot threes consistently. You had the best defense possible, which I think that my build does. I think that if you need a lock build in the corner on your team, if you're playing threes, you want the two-way playmaker from 2K20, just like I thought you wanted the 2K20 two-way slashing playmaker, just because a Hall of Fame floor general. You'll have 99 speed, the perfect height on 2K22 where you won't get mismatch expert. They won't get that on you because you're 6'4" on my build. You get crazy dunks. You can shoot in the corner. It's the perfect corner lock build, as well as the best guard twos build. I really genuinely think it's the best guard twos build in the game, because you guys know what these builds do offensively, and then that doesn't even bring up what they do on defense, which like I just explained to you guys, I think is the best defensive build in the game. So you have the ball, they have to guard you up top. Like you see, he has to guard me high, and when he does, I can hop back, I can get these crazy dunks, and let's just say I feel like I'm not being, I don't feel like playing selfish, I can always hit up my boy Rose in the corner, and he's gonna green every shot. Genuinely the best build in the game. Like I said, you give the ball up. Look at that. That's why you have longer wingspan. You have 99 speed, 6'4", the perfect height, tall enough. You have super fast dribbling animations. It's just great builds. I really do not think they nerfed anything from 2K20, and that was their goal. You guys saw last year in 2K21, there were no two-way playmakers. There were no offensive threats either, to be fair. It was really all playmaking shot creators because you couldn't shoot. But now that this year they made it so you can shoot, this build will reign supreme once again. You see, he has to worry about me shooting a three. He has to. So when he does step up, I just get that little drive-by, and I'm going to get a dunk every single time. An unblockable dunk. Not to mention, if the guy helps out the corner, I'm always going to have bronze bailout to bail me out. It fits perfectly. So you guys see, nothing changed. We are 2 years later. We are 2 years after 2K20. 2 years after this build reigns supreme, and it's about to, again, I promise you guys, playmaking shot creators are about to be no more. No more. It's going to be all two-way playmakers like you see here, and slashing playmakers, which is basically the offensive threat from 2K20. Like I told you guys, let me know if you want to see that video as well. I can compare the offensive threat from 2K20 and compare it to the slashing playmaker on 2K22. Basically identical builds. That one's a little different because you actually use a different pie chart. Unlike this build where you use the same pie chart, not only physical pie chart, but attribute-wise pie chart. But you see, this game is going to come to a close. I'm going to flashy pass my boy Rose for the final 3 to end this game. Just compared what I think is going to be the best build this year to what was the best build 2 years ago on NBA 2K20. Like I said, let me know if you want to see more of this, or if you just want to see more 2K22 videos. They help. All likes, all subscriptions, all support helps me out a ton. So if you want to do any of that, I'd appreciate it. If you guys did enjoy the video, do me a favor, leave a like, sub if you're new, and I'm out.